All right, let's talk about demystifying Python virtual environments. Seriously, this is one of those tools that every single Python developer needs to have in their back pocket.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever been in that situation where you're working on a new project, you install a new package, and then bam, an old project you haven't touched in a while just completely breaks? It's so frustrating, right? We've all been there.
Well, the solution is actually pretty simple. What every project needs, is its own private little workspace.
Let's give this thing a name, okay? We'll call it the Project Chaos Problem, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Total chaos that happens when all the different pieces from all your projects get tangled up together.
Here's the classic example. Let's say Project A needs an older version of a package, like version 1.0. But then you start Project B, and it needs the brand new version 2.0. If you're installing everything in one place, well, you can't have both, can you? One of them is always going to be broken.
So, how do we get out of this mess? Easy. We give each project its very own private Python toolbox. And trust me, this one idea is going to make your life so much easier.
And that's it. That's a Python virtual environment in a nutshell. It's basically an isolated, self-contained directory, just a folder really, that holds a specific Python version and all the packages for that one project, and that one project alone.
I love this toolbox analogy because it just clicks. You know, for a data science project, your toolbox is going to have stuff like NumPy and Pandas. For a web app, it's going to have Django. A virtual environment just makes sure you don't accidentally try to build your website with a data analysis wrench. It keeps the toolboxes separate.
Okay, so why should you care? Well, it boils down to 3 huge wins. First, you get amazing dependency management. That version conflict problem we just talked about? Gone. Second, reproducibility. This is a big one. It means you can give your project to someone else and they can get it running on their machine exactly like it runs on yours, with no fuss. And third, you get a clean global environment. Your main Python installation stays totally clean and tidy.
All right, so we get why they're so great. But what's actually in one of these toolboxes? What happens when you create one? Let's pop the hood and take a peek inside.
So when you make a new venv, it creates a folder with a few key parts. There's a little config file that just points back to your main Python. Then there's the scripts folder. This is the engine room, right? It's got its own copy of Python and pip. And finally, you get this lib/site packages folder, which starts out empty. This is where all the tools for this specific project are going to live. And here's the best part. You only need to know 4, count them, 4 magic commands to master all of this. We're going to walk through them right now.
First up, create. You just go into your project folder in the terminal and type python-m v-vin. That's it. This tells Python, hey, make me a virtual environment right here and just call the folder vvin so it's easy to find.
Step 2, activate. Now that you've built the toolbox, you need to open it up and start using it. You do that by typing source venv/scripts/activate. Think of this as flipping the on switch for your private workspace, just for this one terminal window.
And you'll know it worked instantly. Look at your command prompt. See that little venv that just appeared at the beginning? That's your signal. That's how you know you are officially inside the virtual environment. Step 3, install. Now that you're activated, you just use pip like you normally would. So pip install requests or whatever you need. But here's the magic. That package isn't going into your main Python install. Nope. It's going right into your project's little toolbox, that site packages folder, keeping everything else clean. And the last one, step 4, deactivate. When you're done working for the day, you just type deactivate, the little venv prefix disappears, and your terminal goes right back to normal using your global Python. It's like closing the lid on your toolbox. So create, activate, install, deactivate. That's the whole workflow. It feels like magic, but it's really not. So let's pull back the curtain and see how this trick actually works.
Now, a question I hear all the time from people who are new to this is, wait, if I deactivate, does it delete everything I just installed? Is all my work gone?
And the answer is absolutely not. No way. This is super important to get. Deactivating does not delete anything. Your ven folder with all its packages is still sitting right there on your hard drive, completely untouched and ready for you to activate again tomorrow.
So what's the secret sauce? It all comes down to one thing, your system's path variable. All the activate script does is temporarily change your path. It tells your terminal, hey, for the next little while, when you look for Python, look in this project's venv/scripts folder first. And when you type deactivate, it just erases that little note. That's the whole trick. It's not deleting anything, it's just changing where your terminal looks for commands. And once you get that simple idea, you've unlocked a way to code that is just so much cleaner, more organized, and way, way less stressful.
So, let's recap the big stuff. The main idea, one project, one toolbox. Easy. Master those 4 commands: create, activate, install, and deactivate. And always remember, activating is just a temporary change to your path. Your code, your packages, they're always safe. You can reactivate anytime and everything will be right there waiting for you.
Look, using virtual environments isn't just a neat trick, it's a foundational skill. It's what separates clean, professional projects from messy ones. It's going to save you so many headaches and give you the freedom to experiment without worrying about breaking things. So, really, the only question left is, what are you going to build with your new, clean workspace?